I want to tell you about the best day I have ever had at work and how you made it happen. One of the most exciting aspects of my job is that I actually get to forge partnerships to give people reasons to come out and enjoy Michigan state parks, our trails, and our waterways. On this one particular day, we had a partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services. We had a program that we put together called Fostering Family Fun. The idea behind Fostering Family Fun was to bring foster families out into a low-stress and super fun environment where they could learn a lot about outdoor recreation. We were teaching fishing, hiking, biking, disc golf, and I'm sure there were many more because it was a busy day. And it was a great experience because we had families coming out, enjoying something new, and then prospective foster parents who came out and learned a little bit about what it meant to be a foster parent. It was a great day. So I happened to be walking along, heading over toward the fishing area, by the bike area, and I saw a young girl sitting there, just watching the people on the bikes go by. So I asked her, "Why don't you go and give it a try?" And she said, "No." I said, "What do you mean, no? Come on, go ahead. There's a bike right there. You should go give it a shot." And she said, "No, I don't know how to ride a bike." I said, "You don't know how to ride a bike? Didn't anyone ever teach you?" The look on her face at that moment made me wish I could have eaten those words right away. Fortunately, I was saved by a young boy. We had a group there called the Interscholastic Cycling Club. It was a group of 12 and 13-year-old children who were teaching everyone that day how to ride a bike, how to fish, how to play disc golf. But that particular group, he was there for biking. So he came over and saved me by looking at her and saying, "Oh, well, I'll teach you. Come on." And it was funny because the look on her face changed, and she said, "Okay." And she went off. And as they walked away, I thought two things. Number one, I can't believe I was so insensitive. I can't believe I said that. But then number two, how did that 12-year-old boy know exactly what to say to get her to say, "Okay, you know what? You're right. Today's the day." So we're going to come back to the two of them, but I want to share a little bit more about what I do and the guilt that I actually have every day. Every single day I wake up knowing I have the best job in the entire state of Michigan. The best job. Okay, some of you might be thinking, "No, I don't believe you." Oh, I do. There are 10 million people in the state of Michigan. Give or take 200,000 here or there. I have the best job because I get to give people reasons to come and enjoy Michigan's most beautiful asset, our natural resources, our trails, our parks, and our waterways. I get to be the person, with several others, but I get to be the person who says, "Here are some really, really fun things that you could do to have a really great vacation. Here's some places you could go that you will never forget, and your kids will look at you and you can see in their faces that they've made a memory that they'll never forget." That's what I get to do. Okay, right now I can see some questioning. Like, "I don't believe you." So what I thought I would do is actually give you a little insight into what I'm going to do after I leave here today. Number one on my list for this upcoming year is I want to reintroduce the family camping road trip. I want people to get into their station wagons, maybe not quite this old, but I want them to get into their station wagons, and I want them to spend a week exploring this amazing state. And here are some, just to give you a few ideas. I don't know about you, but if I were putting together an itinerary of where to go, I'd start at Belle Isle. Belle Isle has the most amazing historic and cultural resources. There are more firsts there than probably any other place in Michigan. And you can see it. It's just stunning, the art, the culture, the history. And that's just one park. All right, get back in your car. Now we're going to move up the coast a little bit, and we're going to go to P.H. Heff State Park. I don't know if you know this or not, but we have an amazing stretch of sandy beach on Lake Huron. You can actually watch the sunrise and the sunset sitting on the very same spot all day long. It's stunning. Okay, no good road trip would be complete if you didn't make it across the bridge and go to Palms Book State Park. Palms Book State Park is what I like to call nature's most amazing lava lamp. If you can imagine, you approach, it smells a little strange, but it is beautiful, the stunning blue water, and you get onto this self-powered raft, which your children will never forget, And you get on and you look down, and here, because the water is rushing up through the bedrock, here comes these giant plumes of sand. They're huge, they're beautiful, but not as huge and beautiful as the fish that are swimming around them. Unbelievable. Okay, I could keep going, but you're starting to see it, right? I have the best job. All right, number 2. The other thing I think is really important for people to really understand is that it's okay to come out and play. In fact, if you come outside and play, it's actually good for your health, in case you needed any more reason. University of Michigan did a study that actually proved just 30 minutes of outdoor recreation, even just having a seat and enjoying the sounds and the smells of nature, just 30 minutes can actually improve health outcomes when it relates to high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. So one of the things I really want to work on, and we'll be working on this year, is I want to connect with those healthcare systems. I want them to have their physicians prescribing 30 minutes of recreation a day. Imagine how much money that would save, and imagine how much fun we'd all have, right? And Michigan would be a healthier place for it. All right. Now, here's the big thing. The recreation passport. One of the best pieces of legislation I think that has ever come out of Michigan. Now, statistically speaking, 30% of you are thinking, yeah, it's amazing. The other 70% of you are thinking, I think I heard about that at some point. Well, that's okay. If you don't know, today's the day. Let us learn a little bit more about the recreation passport. And it starts here. When you renew your license plates with the Secretary of State, it seems like a pretty innocuous form, right? We've all seen these. It looks official. I would like to introduce you to the hardest working piece of punctuation in all state government forms. Ta-da! It starts with the exclamation point after yes. That exclamation point is the result of a small group of us sitting there talking, saying, oh my gosh, the recreation passport is the most exciting thing ever. Do you know what you get with this? So many people don't. How can we convey it in this tiny amount of space? Yes! Exclamation point! Yes! So here's what I want to tell you. For those 70% of you that maybe didn't check yes, exclamation point, let's meet. All right. Some of the best property in Michigan, water frontage, some of the best property in Michigan belongs to you. When you check yes for the recreation passport,
you get access to 103 state parks.
They are located on our Great Lakes. They are located on our inland lakes and our rivers. They have scenic vistas, again, that you will not get anywhere else. We have dunes. We have forests. We have something unforgettable. Exclamation point, right? We also have access to 138 state forest campgrounds. Those state forest campgrounds are a place where you can pitch a tent, park your RV, and wake up to a sunrise like this. You also have access to hundreds of miles of trails. Whether you like to hike, bike, maybe go for a horseback ride, it doesn't matter. They belong to you, and you can support them when you check yes for the recreation passport. Now here's an interesting fact that a lot of people don't know. I mentioned supporting your state parks, right? So there's access to them, but this is how you support them. Because in Michigan, your general tax fund dollars actually don't fund the state park system. So this, the recreation passport, is how you can make sure that experiences like this are available. But there's more than that. The recreation passport also goes to support our historic and our cultural destinations. Fun fact, I don't know if you know this, but Michigan has more lighthouses than any other state in the nation. And when you check yes, you're helping to preserve that wonderful fact and that cultural bit of Michigan's past. Now, here's one that a lot of people don't know that is an absolutely fabulous part of the recreation passport. 10% of all of the funds that come in from the recreation passport are granted out for our community recreation agencies. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, I haven't really been to a state park in a few years. Well, have you been to a city park, a county park, maybe a township park? All of those parks are eligible for our recreation passport grant funds. And since the beginning of the recreation passport in 2010, we've granted out $4.3 million in community recreation improvements. That means better tennis courts, better swimming pools, really amazing playgrounds. Again, the Recreation Passport, providing memories you will not forget. So, speaking of not forgetting, I want to come back to our two kids that were out learning how to bike that day. So, I'm walking along. I'm coming back from the fishing area. I'm heading towards the event tent, and I actually see the young boy standing looking up at this hill. And as I look up at the hill, I see our girl on a bike. And as she's coming down at what I can only call a breakneck speed, thank goodness for helmets, she's coming at me with a smile so big I could see her molars. I was very proud of myself at that moment. And as she's coming down, I thought, oh, this is great. She looks amazing. Until I didn't see her anymore because poof, she went rolling. She had hit a small rut and it took her over. She laid down, face down, the bike strewn next to her, the young boy running towards her, me also running towards her thinking, I have ruined her day. I'm supposed to create memories you won't forget, but not this kind. So I thought, oh no, what do I do? And the young boy, again saving me, saying just the right thing, asked her, how are you? Are you okay? And she rolled over, and I was waiting. I was waiting for the tears. But what I heard was a laugh. She giggled. She giggled and she said, I did it! I did it! Now, give me that bike and let me do it again. She brushed herself off and she took off with the young boy. I was so excited. That made my day. And then I thought about it that night. That actually made my career. That moment made me feel like what I do matters. And it also made me think about the Recreation Passport. The Recreation Passport is about more than just access. It's about more than just preserving our history and our culture. It's actually more than just those grant funds. It's about all of those people, your friends, your family, all of those people who are able to make those memories in our parks. So when you get your license plate renewal from the Secretary of State, and you see that exclamation point, I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that girl who that day learned. When I get up and I try something again after I've taken a fall, I get to have a whole new adventure. That exclamation point is all about making lifelong memories in Michigan. Thank you.